Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we have my 2017 NFL Week 2 predictions. So, I actually already recorded this video and I got about 6 games down, but then it stopped recording because of storage. So, if I don't explain too much about the games, at least like the first few, it's like all the way up, I was right in the middle of talking about the Titans and Jaguars game, then it just stopped recording, so the 5th game. So, if I don't talk too much about the first like 4 or 5 games, it's because I already talked about them in the other part where it stopped recording, but now I have more storage, so it should let me record all of this. So yeah, we start off with, well, first of all, I did not do too good last week at all, going 6-9. If you guys did not see my NFL Week 1 recap video from yesterday, make sure to go check that out after this. But this is my predictions for Week 2. So we start off with the Texans at the Bengals. Both are 0-1. These two teams play on Thursday Night Football tomorrow night, and I think that this game is going to be very good. And I'm going to have to say that the Texans will win it on the road. Both teams looked very bad last week, scoring a combined 7 points. The Bengals lost to the Ravens 20-0, and the Texans lost to the Jaguars 29-7. Their only touchdown was when the Texans benched starting quarterback Tom Savage. And then Deshaun Watson, the rookie out of Clemson, came in and started for the Texans and drove them all the way down the field for a touchdown, but then after that, they did not score again for the rest of the game, so that was disappointing for sure for the Texans. That when they got Deshaun Watson to start, and then they scored a touchdown in the first drive that he was in, but then after that, they didn't score again. But anyways, these teams, I think, are both not that good, at least from what we saw last week, and I think it's going to be a very close game, but I'm going to have to pick the Texans on the road over the Bengals in a defensive battle. I'm going to say 17-13. The Texans will get it done over the Bengals. Now we have another division rivalry game. We have the 0-1 Browns at the 1-0 Ravens. I think this game is going to be very good as well. If you look at the Browns, last year they were 1-15, and in Week 1 this year they play a team that made it all the way to the AFC Championship game last year, and they only lost by 3, 21-18. I think the Browns could potentially make the playoffs this year if they continue to play good like that and compete with good teams. I think the Browns could be going somewhere this year, and I know that the Ravens are very good, obviously. Jeremy Maclin played great against the Bengals. They won by 20 points, and their defense didn't allow a single score. Andy Dalton threw like 3 or 4 interceptions, but I think, like I said, this is going to be a very good game. And I'm going to, believe it or not, one of my upset picks of the week, I am actually going to pick the Browns over the Ravens, and I'm going to say it's going to be close. My score prediction is going to be 23-20. The Browns will beat the Ravens. So now I have the 1-0 Bills at the 1-0 Panthers. These two teams, both last week, they played the Jets and 49ers, so two not-so-good teams. I don't think either one of those teams are going to be going anywhere this year, so we don't really know what the Bills and Panthers are going to be like this year. Are they going to be, are they going to be good teams or not? So I think this is a good test for both of these teams, and I think it's going to be a great game. So it's being played in Carolina, but believe it or not, I am actually going to make it another upset pick, my second one in just 3 games. Another upset pick. I am going with the Bills on the road to beat the Panthers, believe it or not, in a pretty close one. I'm going to say that the Bills are going to win it 24-20 over the Panthers in Carolina on Sunday. So that should be an exciting game, but I'm picking the Bills over the Panthers. And now we have the Cardinals at the Colts. They're both 0-1, but last week the Cardinals only lost by like 12 points to the Lions, and the Colts lost by 37 points against the Rams. So I don't think the Colts are going to be nearly as good as when they have Andrew Luck. And even when they do have Andrew Luck, they're not the best team, but they started Scott Tolzien, and they only scored 9 points last week, so the Colts obviously not looking good so far for them. And I'm going to say that they fall again to the Cardinals this week. I'm going to say that the Cardinals win it 27-6 over the Colts. So, if you guys didn't notice, that's 4 games in a row that I've picked the away team, and I think it's going to continue in this game. We have the Titans at the Jaguars. This is the one that I was right in the middle of talking about before it stopped recording the last time. So, we have the 0-1 Titans at the 1-0 Jaguars. Like I was saying earlier, the Jaguars looked very good in Week 1, winning against the Texans 29-7, and then the Titans, they looked very good as well. They lost to a team that's a pretty good team. They lost to the Raiders, who is a very good team, and they only lost by 10, 26-16. So I think that the Titans are very good as well. That was actually one of my upset picks last week for the Titans to beat the Raiders. They fell only 10 points short, but I mean, I had the Browns and Bills winning this week as 2 upset picks, so we'll see if that'll happen. But anyways, this game I think is going to be very good as well, and honestly, I'm going to have to pick the Titans on the road, and I'm going to say this is my 5th game in a row where I have the team that's away winning it. I mean, the Jaguars, like I said, look very good, but I just don't know if it's going to be enough to get it done this weekend against the Titans, and I am going to pick the Titans on the road to beat the Jaguars 27-16, I guess. Yeah, 27-16 seems about right. So Titans 27, Jaguars 16 is my score prediction for that one. So, we have the 1-0 Eagles at the 1-0 Chiefs, 2 teams that I picked to lose last week, and then both won. The Eagles beat the Redskins, where I picked the Redskins, and the Chiefs beat the Patriots, where I picked the Patriots. So both these teams surprised me last week, and I think they surprised a lot of people. The Eagles scored 30 points, the Chiefs scored 42, a combined 72 points. That's actually a lot in the NFL. I know there's some teams in college football that get that like in one game, but that's a lot for the NFL. So, both these teams, like I said, impressed me last week. I think that this is going to be a good game, but the Eagles just don't have any depth at corner at all, especially with Ronald Darby going out for 4 to 6 weeks with an ankle injury. I believe it is. I'm not sure if it's broken or not, but it's definitely sprained. I saw it like bend the other way, and it was just bad. But like I said, the Eagles don't have any depth at cornerback, and I think that the Chiefs are going to win it at home. I mean, they have Kareem Hunt, who led the league in rushing yards last week, and they have Tyreek Hill, who played very good against the Patriots last Thursday. So, Tyreek Hill, I think, is going to play very good against the Eagles, because like I've said 3 times now, they don't have any depth at corner or safety. So, I am going to pick the Chiefs. I do think it'll be close, and I'm going to pick the Chiefs over the Eagles 31-27 at home in a close game. Now, I have the 0-1 Patriots at the 0-1 Saints. I picked both these teams to win it last week, and they both lost, kind of the opposite of the Eagles and Chiefs. I picked both of them to lose, and they both won. So, this game I think will be actually a lot closer than people think. I am gonna pick the Patriots. I think they're gonna be playing with a chip on their shoulder, especially after losing by 15 points in the first game of the season. I don't know why it always does that. Scrolls up to the top. But anyways, I think they're gonna be playing with a chip on their shoulder. What just happened? Hang on. But anyways, I'm pretty sure that the Patriots are going to be able to get it done this week, because I think they're definitely going to play a lot harder than they did against the Chiefs, because they're so used to always winning, and obviously they didn't, and they lost to the Chiefs 42-27. So, the Saints, they only lost by 10 to the Vikings, but the Vikings looked very good. There you go, I got the games back up. I don't know why the app crashed. But anyways, I am going to have to pick the Patriots on the road against the Saints, and I'm going to say that they win it 30-17. Yeah, Patriots will win it 30-17 against a weak Saints defense. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 6. So far, the first 7 games, I only have 1 home team winning and 6 away. So I think that the away teams are going to do very good this week, because most of the home teams aren't that good. I mean, some of them are, but others like the Colts or the Bengals just aren't. So, yeah, moving on, we have the Vikings at the Steelers. Both of them are 1-0. Last week I picked the Steelers to win, and they did, but I picked the Vikings to lose to the Saints, and obviously the Vikings won it, so I got that one wrong as well. But this week, I think it's going to be a close game, and believe it or not, I am picking yet another road team to win it. I'm picking the Vikings over the Steelers in a high-scoring game. I'm going to say 34-30, the Vikings will beat the Steelers. Both these teams, like I said, look good. I just don't think the Steelers look incredible. I mean, they're number 1 in the power rankings, but I don't think they deserve it. They only beat the Browns by 3. I mean, like I said, I think the Browns are going to be contenders this year, but to only beat a team that went 1-15 the previous year, you shouldn't be too excited about winning that. And then in the Vikings' hand, they beat the Saints 29-19. They beat them by 10. The Saints were 7-9 last year, I believe. So, yeah, this video is kind of getting long, so I kind of have to hurry it up. So, I am picking in this one the Vikings to beat the Steelers 34-31. So now we have the 0-1 Bears at the 0-0 Buccaneers, because the Buccaneers did not play last weekend. Same with the Dolphins, because they were supposed to play them, but Hurricane Irma happened and they didn't play. So they're playing 16 straight games. They're playing The Dolphins and Buccaneers are playing in their bye week because they had the same bye week. So, yeah, it's going to be hard for them. They have to play 16 straight games. But anyways, the Bears looked very good last week, and I think that it's going to be able to carry over against the Buccaneers because the Buccaneers don't have any experience yet this year, and the Bears have played one game against a team that should have won the Super Bowl, the Falcons, and they only lost by 6, and it came down to like the end of the game. So I'm actually going to pick the Bears to beat the Buccaneers 24-17. Actually, no, 24-20. Yeah, I think it'll be a little bit closer than that. 24-20, the Bears over the Buccaneers. And I've literally every game picked an away team except for the Chiefs over the Eagles. So, I don't know. We'll see if I'm right. But now I have the other team that didn't play, the 0-0 Dolphins at the 0-1 Chargers. I think the Chargers are going to get it done in this one. Same with the Dolphins. I think they're going to come out a little bit rusty. The Dolphins, same as the Buccaneers, I think will come out a little bit rusty, especially because they didn't play last week, and I just don't see them winning against the Chargers. I think the Chargers are going to play with a chip on their shoulder as well, since they almost came back against the Broncos, but fell just short, losing to a game-tying field goal, which should have took it to overtime. So I'm going to pick the Chargers over the Dolphins, 27-14. So now we have the 0-1 Jets at the 1-0 Raiders. This one's obvious. I'm picking the Raiders. A Super Bowl contender against a team that's tanking for next year. So obviously, I'm picking the Raiders over the Jets. Not even too much to talk about. That's an obvious pick, and I'm going to pick them to win it 34-13. So now we have 1, 2, 3. There's still 5 games left. So yeah, we have the 1-0 Cowboys at the 1-0 Broncos. They play at 4:25 on Sunday. Both of these teams looked good in Week 1, but the Broncos in the fourth quarter didn't play so great. They lost in the fourth quarter to the Chargers 14-0, and I just don't think the Broncos are going to be able to win back-to-back. I don't see them beating the Cowboys. Yeah, they're at home, but I just think the Cowboys are going to be very good this year. You saw their defense allow the Giants to get just 3 points. Yeah, they didn't have Odell Beckham Jr., but it was still a great performance by the Cowboys, and I think they're going to beat the Broncos this weekend on the road. So I've only picked 2 home teams to win so far, which is the Raiders and the Chiefs. So I'm picking the Cowboys on the road over the Broncos, 27-21. And yeah, so we have the 0-1 Redskins at the 1-0 Rams. I'm going to have to go with the Rams in this one. They scored almost 50 points last week. They scored 46, the most out of anybody last week. They beat the Chiefs by 4. The Chiefs had 42. But yeah, I'm picking the Rams in this one. They looked very good last week on offense, and I think it's going to continue this week to be a weak Redskins defense, which allowed 30 points last week. So yeah, picking the Rams at home against the Redskins by a score of 20. No, I'm going to have to say a little more of a low score. I'm going to say 24-13. The Rams will beat the Redskins. So we have 3 games left. We have not the Sunday night game because there's only one Monday night game this week. We have 2 0-1 teams, the 0-1 49ers at the 0-1 Seahawks. I'm going to pick the Seahawks in this one. They only lost to the Packers by 1 score last week, and the Packers are a very good team who made it to the NFC Championship game last year but lost to the Falcons. Then the Falcons went on to the Super Bowl, as you guys all know. But anyways, the 49ers, like I was saying earlier, I'm pretty sure they're one of the worst teams in the league, if not the worst. So I'm picking the Seahawks at home, just my 4th home team that I have chosen so far this week. So, yeah, Seahawks over the 49ers. 31-10. Yeah, 31-10. So now we have 2 very good teams, probably the best game of the week. The Packers at the Falcons on Sunday night. The Packers game last week against the Seahawks was supposed to be one of the best games last week, and I think it'll continue this week. They're probably one of the best games this week, and I think it's going to be very high scoring, but I think the Packers are going to get it done 30-28 against the Falcons. And then Monday night, we have the 1-0 Lions at the 0-1 Giants. I am actually going to pick the Lions in this one. Last week, the Giants scored 3 points, and the Lions scored 35. So, I'm not sure if Odell Beckham Jr. is playing. I believe he is questionable, but I'm still going to pick the Lions over the Giants, 28-17. So, my picks for this week are the Texans, Browns, Bills, Cardinals, Titans, Chiefs, Patriots, Vikings, Bears, Chargers, Raiders, Cowboys, Rams, Seahawks, Packers, and Lions. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for my Week 2 recap next Tuesday. So hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time.